So a quick weekly update. This last weekend, last Friday, I posted up the engine for my personal project, the BMW, for sale. The whole thing has just been put on the back burner with the business, and I haven't had time to work on it. So I posted that up for sale, found a buyer, took Monday afternoon off of my day job to get that shipped out, which was good and free up some cash flow for the business. When I'm to the point where I need an engine, there's 100 other options out there that I can go with, so I'll worry about that then. This week I also got put on the National Registry for NASA as a certified tech center. So if you have a car that you race in NASA and you're in the central region, you can give me a call and I can do pre-tech inspection for you. Which leads me to the Cayman. After having some conversation with the owner and some good conversation with the technical director for NASA, we're going to redo the cage. Just mainly because it doesn't meet NASA rules. And initially setting out to do this cage, that wasn't the intent. But then after talking to the owner of the car and what he plans on doing with it long term, and I just didn't want to put him in a position to where down the road, if he decided to do something else, he became very limited based on the equipment that was in his car. Not that the cage that I was doing was unsafe, because it would have met other sanctioned body rules. NASA just tends to be extremely strict and ultra safety oriented, and so we're gonna just go a different direction with the cage. And so I just have to make some small tweaks on the main hoop to make it rule compliant, which I'm kind of excited about though, because you'll get to use my pipe bender today. So with the hydraulic setup, I guess, just to clarify that. So I'm pulling up to the shop. I'll get some footage, some time lapse of what we're doing in the shop today, and see how productive I am. For those of you that might be tuning in to learn something, I wanted to talk a little bit about how you can make your bends come out a little bit cleaner on a draw-through style bender, which would be like your Pro Tools, your JD Square, your Model 32 and Model 3 type stuff. Unless you forked out like the extra $250 for the Delrin backing block, most of your die sets come with just the standard steel block. And one of the things that you can do is take one of the little sanding wheels that you can put into your die grinder, like 180, 220 grit, and really work it inside of the die. Round off all of your edges, front and back, especially the corners, because that's where your gouging tends to happen, on the front and the back, and get that as smooth as you can. Just because of the way that it's cut, it's cross ground this way, and so it ends up grabbing the pipe as it's going through. So if you can remove a bunch of that and get it nice and smooth, it'll draw through a lot better. The other thing that you can do, for the longest time, especially on my last bender, I was always just using like a motor oil as a lubricant for the pipe, which worked. This time I actually picked up some nice lubricant. It's much thicker, has like a higher viscosity level, so it takes a lot more force to really push it out, which means more of the lubrication stays inside of the die, between the die and the pipe. It's a little thicker, requires a little cleanup on the back end, but your bends come out a lot nicer. So that's just one thing you can do to clean up the quality. And it also helps, like you've seen in previous videos, to like really polish off the pipe before you run it through the bender. Depending on what the mill scale is like on the pipe, I'll start with an 80 grit and then maybe jump to 180 grit so that it's smoother. And then you don't have any weird contaminants or anything like that that can hang up on the dies. It just kind of draws through really nice. something else I wanted to show you guys. These are the pieces that I'm going to be using for the Bolton roll cage. As you can see, they're interlocking, 4130 chromoly, so super strong. Let's get a better camera angle there. Uses grade 8 hardware. It's threaded, runs hardware in through both sides. It's tapered, and as you can see, it fits in really nice. We'll leave a nice groove. We'll probably bevel this edge of the pipe. Just leaves a lot of nice, really preparation. And then the profile is beautiful. And then obviously they slip in. The fitment is really nice on these. I'm really happy with how this is going to turn out. So I snuck back to the shop today. I'm just about to leave because that ice storm is about to hit. But I did get the new hoop vent, as you saw earlier in the video, and then today I got the mounting plates cut out, fabricated, and installed, and I'll show you. You can see there's the tall studs. I slotted those so that once this is all welded up, there's a little space for this hoop to slide over, because it's going to have to come in and then down. And then there will be a third hole, which the bulkhead will get drilled, and then there will be a riv nut there. But as you can see, I think I'm going to have to, this is approximately where it's going to sit. Nice tight fitment up top. And then I did decide that I'm going to do X bracing through here. So it's that's why I have to pull it out a little bit to maneuver past the bulkhead in the center. And then the harness bar will protrude backwards. There's like a factory grab mount right here. It'll run behind that and then loop back around. So I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram, I did get the fixture for the Cayman S, Cayman R, and I'm gonna almost guess probably GT4. I'll have to verify that, but this is the fixture here. The resonators never came in this week, so I got to redo it along with picking everything up. I got the GT4 headers all put together. As soon as I get the flanges in for those, I'll be knocking out 2 sets, and then next to those are the Cayman headers. They line up almost exactly the same, except for the GT4 headers have a 2-bolt flange. The Cayman and Cayman R, Cayman S have a 3-bolt flange, so I have to modify those fixtures slightly. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of picking up and then head home before I find myself in a ditch.